Hope you're not tired of us yet here on Cuse Countdown, because don't turnover season is the best season. Welcome to the CitrusTV studios with Zach Lang and David Edelstein. I'm Adam Unger. Now guys, Syracuse is missing a ton of weapons from last season, but Zach, who is the basketball team missing the most?
Adam, it's got to be Taurean Thompson. He would have been a sophomore this year, but as a freshman, he really started producing once they put him in the starting lineup. But now he's with Seton Hall and no longer with the Orange. And David, I'm sad to say it so.
It's Tyler Lydon that they're missing most. He could have been on the team this season, and if he were, he would have been the man. He would have really shown this team what it was like to compete at a high level, bring his Final Four experience with him. Unfortunately, he's not here, and Syracuse is missing him.
So some young big men, some long-term seniors, and some grad transfers all gone from last season, but according to head coach Jim Boeheim, he only has one go-to guy.
I think at the end of last year he was playing just like this. But he's more confident, he's stronger, and he knows he's got to go. Last year we had options. You know, Andrew could score, Tyler Lydon could score. We had guys that could score. He's the main guy. I think Frank can do that. Frank got to the basket, but I thought Frank had a few places where he could have pulled up. But Tyus is a guy that if they're playing man-to-man, which in reality, even though it's a matchup, they get man-to-man at certain times, and he's hard to guard.
Well, no doubt about it, this team is definitely Tyus Battle's team. But David, who needs to step up the most for the Orange this season?
I think it's Oshae Brissett. The thing is that he's a young player on this team right now, first coming into college. Once he gets more comfortable, he should be able to step up in that role, and he needs to. He's been scoring so far in this Syracuse first 2 games. Now he needs to fill into that role, get used to being in Division I basketball, and play the way that a Syracuse Orange basketball player plays on the team.
See, David, I think it's Mark Dolezaj. He may not be in the starting lineup right now, but soon he could be. Matt Moyer hasn't been producing as well as he could. Maybe Dolezaj will sneak his way into the starting lineup, and honestly, he could rebound. He can get offensive rebounds and score, and if you put him with Oshae Brissett in the paint, they could really be a good offensive duo.
Yeah, Dolezaj has had some nice putbacks on a bet. Both of them are going to see a lot of time, as Jim Boeheim hasn't really settled on a lineup yet for this year's team. They're going to get a big chance against Texas Southern on Saturday. So, Zach, what is your key to the game for that?
Adam, my key to the game is that Syracuse has to minimize their three-point shooting. And, David, that's because they have not shot the 3-ball well. They need to utilize the rest of their offense. And, honestly, I think that's with Tyus Battle shooting the mid-range. Like Boeheim said, one-on-one, he's the man. And also you got Frank Howard, who can really take it to the basket. So, overall, Syracuse, less 3-point shots.
My key to the game, Zach, is that Gino Thorpe needs to step up. Syracuse re-entered the grad transfer market because they wanted to get a scorer, and Gino Thorpe was that scorer for USF, top scorer on the team. Now he only played 8 minutes against Iona. This is a guy who should be starting. Now, he did miss some time in an excursion game, an exhibition, because he had an ankle injury, so that's causing him, according to Jim Boeheim, to miss some timing for his shots. But once he gets that back together, he needs to step up and show this team what it's like to score and be the scorer the Syracuse Orange need him to be.
Well, David, here's the thing. John Gillen wasn't really getting that many minutes at this stage last season, so Gino Thorpe still has a ton of time, even though he only has 1 year of eligibility. What is your prediction for Saturday?
I think Syracuse is going to pull this game off 77-63. Here's the thing. Texas Southern is a SWAC team. Syracuse 2-0 in the history against Texas Southern. They've beaten both of them. But here's the thing. Don't count Texas Southern out just yet. We saw Iona was pretty close in this past game against Syracuse. Texas Southern made the NCAA tournament last season, something Syracuse did not do. That's important, and we're going to see how this game plays out. I think Syracuse is coming out on top.
David, I agree. I also have Syracuse winning 75-69, and it's because it's like Boeheim said, Tyus Battle's their guy. He scored 28 points in their last game, and honestly, the ceiling is the limit for him.
Well, all Orange there. Nice prediction from you, Zach. That's all we've got for this web edition of Cuse Countdown. Tip-off on Saturday is at 7 p.m. right after football versus Louisville, so you can catch both of those and catch both post-game updates on CitrusTV.com. One last time for Zach and for David, I'm Adam. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the game.